Hello everyone, welcome to Linguasoft EduTech Private Limited. Linguasoft EduTech Private Limited is an English language learning software product development company. In this video, I am going to provide you some tips and tricks on PTE writing. First of all, it's important for you to know that PTE writing is divided in two parts. In part 1, you are given a summary. In part 2, you are given an essay to write. You may get any kind of combination in the final. You may get 2 summaries with 1 essay, you may get 2 summaries in 2 essays, or you may get 3 summaries with 1 essay. So whatever combination you are given in the final, you are required to attempt all the part because all of them are compulsory. Now, I will provide you guidelines on PTE writing part 1 first, then I will discuss PTE writing part 2 later in this video. Now, talking about the writing part 1 in PTE writing, you can see on a screen that there is a passage, and after reading this passage in PTE writing part 1, you are supposed to write a summary of 1 sentence. As you can see on a screen, there is a short paragraph. After reading this paragraph, it's like you have to write a summary of 1 sentence. You are given 10 minutes to finish this task. Time management is really very important, so I advise you to spend 2 to 3 minutes in order to read the text or the information. And while you are reading, it's important that you jot down some important key points so that later on you can relate those key points and can actually write a summary of 1 sentence. And then you should spend 2 to 3 minutes for proofreading because it's very important. Proofreading will make you sure that whatever you have typed, it is grammatically okay and there are no spelling mistakes. The word limit in order to write the summary is 5 to 75 words, but for a perfect answer, I suggest you to write a summary of 30 to 40 words. But there is a rule of your summary. While writing, your summary starts with a capital letter and ends with a full stop. In between, you cannot use full stop because the text written after the full stop will not be considered as a part of your summary and it will not be evaluated. But in order to extend the answer, you can use the connectors, or you may even use like apart from linking words, you may use the punctuation marks also in order to extend your answer. And apart from this, you cannot add your own information while you are writing your summary. For example, if you are given a paragraph on dowry system and you already know some laws and rules about the dowry, you cannot add it by your own unless or until you have not read it in the paragraph. So whatever you read in the paragraph, you just need to rephrase that information only. And make sure while you are writing your summary, you are covering all the key points mentioned in the paragraph. And for a particular vocabulary, you are always free to use the synonym. So I advise you that for a vocabulary, you should go for the synonym because it will help you to fetch more marks. So these are the things which I suggest you to follow in PTE writing part 1. Now moving towards the writing part 2. As I already discussed, in writing part 2, you are given an essay to write. Basically, 4 types of essays are there, that is agree, disagree, problem, solution, advantage, disadvantage, and descriptive one. So whatever kind of essay you are given 20 minutes for this task. In 20 minutes only, you need to plan, you need to type, and you need to proofread your answer. So time management again is very important when it comes to the PTE writing part 2. So I think you should spend 5 minutes in order to plan or draft whatever you have to write in your essay. Another 10 minutes you should spend on typing your essay, and last 5 minutes you should give for the proofreading. Again, the purpose of proofreading is to make sure you have fulfilled the requirement of the question and whatever you have typed, it is grammatically okay and there are no spelling mistakes. So I think proofreading is very crucial part of your writing. Now, whatever essay you are given, for that the word limit is 200 to 300 words. And I advise you to write 250 to 280 words if you are running out of time, but make sure you are not writing less than 200 words. And apart from this, there are few things which I think you should definitely consider when it comes to the PTE writing part 2. As you can see on a screen, there is a question which says, some people think that the government is wasting money on the arts and that money could be spent elsewhere. To what extent do you agree with this view? Now, this is the type 1, that is agree disagree type of question. Now, I want to highlight one thing that like in this kind of topics, in this type of essays where it comes to an agreement and disagreement, student most of the time agree with the statement, and when it comes to the different paragraph they disagree with the statement. It means they change their opinion with the changed paragraph. This is where they lose their marks in the final exam. So I advise you, whatever stand you take, either you agree with the statement or disagree with the statement, you should follow the same opinion in whole of the paragraph. Though you are free to discuss the opponent's viewpoint, but make sure you are not going to change your opinion in whole of the paragraph. Similarly, when it comes to the conclusion, it should be a single statement. It should not be a diplomatic conclusion. And there are few other things which I believe will help you in order to fetch good marks in the final if you consider. For example, in this, whatever the statement or the question you are given, I advise you not to copy the statement as it is. It is always wise, or it is always good for you if you rephrase the question in your own language, and make sure your introduction is not so lengthy. Your introduction should be of 30 to 40 words, which is, I guess, 3 to 4 sentences are enough in your introduction. And even in an introduction, it's important for you to mention your opinion, because it's an online test. So what if you are running out of time and still you have not mentioned your opinion? You may lose the marks. So it's to be on a safe side, it's good for you if you mention your opinion in the beginning only. Apart from this, there are few other things which will help you in the final exam. That is, do not go for the complex sentences. I advise you to go for the simple and compound sentences, because the simple and compound sentences make sure that you are conveying your message accurately and there are no grammatical mistakes. And when it comes to the complex sentences, sometimes you are not able to convey whatever you are trying to convey, and even the chances of having grammatical mistakes are more. So to be on a safe side, it's good for you if you use a simple and compound sentences. And like enriching your vocabulary, using good vocabulary will definitely help you to get good scores, but make sure you are using vocabulary accurately. And writing as a layman is a good thing, and you should write as a layman, and whatever the keywords are there in your question, those keywords should be discussed in your essay, because it will like help you to stick to the topic, and even it will make an examiner like very particular about that whatever you have written, it is relating to the information and the question asked. Even if you do not have any knowledge about the topic, still I advise you to write something, because you will be given credit for whatever you are going to attempt in the final. And apart from this, like, you should be very sure, make sure like you are putting the punctuation marks at their places, because it's very important part of your PTE writing. And not only this, most of the time the students, they do provide their own personal examples, but giving personal examples is not allowed. So your example should be of generalized form. In generalized form, examples are given in the form of research, review, newspaper, blog, survey. So you may provide the generalized example. So it's good if you give even 1 or 2 examples in order to support your opinion. Apart from this, like, there is no as such restrictions on the body paragraph, but still make sure you are making at least 2 body paragraph. Rest, it depends upon you. You can make as many paragraph as you want, but do not go for the lengthy paragraph. When you believe that it is getting too lengthy, split the paragraph in 2 parts. And apart from this, like, there are other things that you should take care when it comes to the PTE writing part 2. In writing part 2, most of the time the students, they do not check the spellings, but this is where they will lose their points. So checking your spellings is very important, because in the final exam there will be no auto correction option. So make sure whatever vocabulary you are using, it is you are using it accurately and there are no spelling mistakes. So this is how like you can manage your PTE writing part 2. Thank you for watching this video. I hope this video will help you to manage the PTE writing effectively. Linguasoft EduTech provides various software for PTE and English learning. For further guidance and help, please feel to contact us, and our contact details are here on screen in front of you. Thank you so much.